Today I'm at P Car Market, an auction house in Oyster Bay, New York, to check out this beauty, the 2006 Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. The SLR is undoubtedly one of the greatest supercars of the early 2000s, and it's an excellent choice for any discerning car collector. What's so special about this car is that it's both a highly capable grand touring car and a super luxurious sports car, going well beyond anything Mercedes-Benz has ever offered for public consumption at the time. The SLR is a true exotic in every sense of the word. It draws its name from the famed Mercedes 300 SLR racing coupe from the 1950s that won nearly every race that mattered at the time, so no expense was spared in putting together a modern-day production car of equal stature. The SLR was built in collaboration with Mercedes-Benz's Formula One partner, McLaren. Based around a carbon fiber monocoque chassis and designed by Gordon Murray, this car was an automotive marvel of its day, with features including an active rear spoiler, sensotronic carbon ceramic brakes, butterfly doors, and a hand-built AMG 5.4-liter supercharged V8 that generates over 600 horsepower. Assembled at the McLaren Technology Center in Surrey, England, just over 2,100 examples were built over a 6-year production run, with only 261 units sold for the 2006 model year. The SLR's front mid-engine design provides optimum weight distribution, but makes the car's long hood a bit out of proportion to the rest of the car. Underneath the hood is an AMG-developed 5.4-liter aluminum V8 engine that has many race-oriented modifications, including a dry sump lubrication system. A screw-type supercharger is found between the V8 cylinder banks and forces air through the twin water-based intercoolers. This car produces 617 horsepower and 575 pound-feet of torque. It can sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.6 seconds, with a top speed of 207 miles per hour. The rear wheels are driven by way of a 5-speed AMG Speed Shift R automatic transmission, while stopping power is handled by large carbon ceramic brakes featuring sensotronic brake control. When driving this car, reviewers have found that it delivers the type of excitement one would expect of a 21st century sports car. Acceleration is explosive, but road noise and braking response are probably the car's weakest links. Reviewers have said that every road impact can be heard in the cabin, and the sensotronic brakes are difficult to modulate during normal driving situations. But they've also said that the SLR's sophisticated suspension, long wheelbase, low center of gravity, and wide track provide stability and predictability under extreme driving conditions. As far as competition goes, in the SLR's price range, there are two general types of cars: grand touring vehicles, such as the Aston Martin Vanquish and Ferrari 612 Scaglietti, or pure performance machines like the Lamborghini Murcielago. With the SLR, Mercedes attempted to cover both. It offers better performance than the Vanquish or 612 Scaglietti, and more amenities and features than the Lamborghini. But the SLR didn't offer a true manual transmission like the Lamborghini, and the level of wind and road noise within the cabin, even at moderate speeds, is more than that in the Aston Martin Vanquish. What's great about the SLR, though, is that it's easier to live with than a pure super sports car, more capable than a Grand Tourer, and has a more advanced design and construction than either. This SLR is finished in its debut color of Crystal Laurite Silver Metallic, a shade that pays homage to Mercedes' famed Silver Arrow race cars. Distinctive features include butterfly-style doors that open like this. I mean, how cool do those doors look? They're definitely one of my favorite parts about this car. Other distinctive features include the dual side exit exhaust, these side vents, a large rear diffuser, and an active rear spoiler that deploys automatically at varying degrees to maximize downforce and assist with braking. Another one of my favorite parts about this car are the factory 19-inch silver turbine-style forged aluminum wheels, which are dressed in their original Michelin Pilot Sport PS2 tires. As you can see here, The body of this car is constructed from lightweight carbon fiber reinforced plastic. Under the hood, you can see the V8 engine right there. It's hard to read from this angle, but it actually says the name of the person who built this engine. It's so cool to see the mechanics of what's commonly called a front flip hood. When new, the SLR Coupe started around $455,000. Now, 15 years later, they typically sell for around $300,000, while the Roadsters sell for around $400,000. The SLR's trunk offers almost 10 cubic feet of cargo capacity, which is significantly better than the capacity of most other exotic sports cars from the mid-2000s. The cabin has a straightforward layout. There's carbon fiber, aluminum, and exclusive hides of leather used throughout the cabin, and everything is of very high quality. You can actually see the carbon fiber shell right there. It's basically one bucket seat with these red leather pads on top of it. There's also a gray Alcantara headliner, a dual zone automatic climate control, push button ignition, which is actually right there on the gear lever, a multi-function steering wheel, power accessories, and an audio system. It says SLR on the key. It also says it right here and up here. And here's the push button ignition right there. In the instrument cluster, you've got your speedometer on the left, which goes all the way up to 220 miles per hour, and on the right, you've got your tachometer. You've even got a little console right here. To open the door, you just pull on this lever. So that was the 2006 Mercedes SLR McLaren, but before we go, I want to take a look at some of the other amazing cars they have downstairs here at P Car Market. So here we've got a Ferrari 430 Spider in no other than Rosso Corsa with silver wheels and a tan leather interior. So the 430 Spider is a mid-engined 4.3 liter V8 Ferrari produced between 2004 and 2009 with the higher performance oriented 430 Scuderia produced from 2007 to 2009 and the 16M version produced from 2008 to 2009. Believe it or not, around 14,000 F430 and 430 Spiders were made, with a further production of about 2,000 Scuderias and 499 16Ms. On my visits to Ferrari dealerships, we've seen quite a few 16Ms. We don't see that many regular Scuderias. I wish I saw more of them, and it's pretty crazy that we see more 16Ms than Scuderias, because like I just mentioned, the 16M is way more rare than the regular Scuderia, but regardless, it's nice to still see the regular 430 Spider. The F430 is widely considered Ferrari's first true-to-nature daily drivable model among its entry-level supercars. Big leaps in reliability and lowered maintenance requirements come thanks to the replacement of the timing belt with a timing chain. Revisions to the F1 paddle shift transmission over the 360 Spider yield much quicker shifts under heavy throttle and are programmed for better clutch preservation under normal stop-and-go traffic. The F430 produces 483 horsepower and 343 pound-feet of torque, and it has a top speed of 193 miles per hour. And what's great about this car is that you have a translucent engine cover, which you don't have on this car's successor, the 458 Spider. In the corner, we've got a very special car, the Porsche 911R. Only 991 units were made. It's basically a 911 GT3 RS without the big rear wing and with a 6-speed manual transmission. This car has the 4-liter flat-six engine from the GT3 RS, and it hasn't been detuned in any way. So that means it makes 500 horsepower and 338 pound-feet of torque, and that power is sent exclusively to the rear wheels. The 911R can sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds and hit a top speed of 200 miles per hour. The curb weight is 3,021 pounds, which is a full 110 pounds lighter than the already lightweight GT3 RS. That's thanks to the use of carbon fiber for the fenders and hood and magnesium for the roof. There's also no rear seats, and it comes standard without air conditioning or stereo, though you can add the latter two back in at no charge. As you see here, there's no gigantic rear wing, since the R is intended to be a road car first, not a track car. Instead, the R combines the front and rear fascias of the GT3 with the deployable rear spoiler like a Carrera and a diffuser that's unique to the R. The interior has full bucket seats covered in houndstooth cloth, along with a smaller steering wheel. This example is really nice. It's painted in white. You've got red stripes, silver wheels, and brown leather seats with the houndstooth cloth. I love the look of houndstooth. I don't see it too often, but whenever I do, I'm very happy to see it. And you've got white stitching with 911R embroidered on the headrest. There's the shift knob, and yes, it has carbon fiber on it. This car started at $184,900, but 5 years later, they go for almost $500,000. The 911R isn't the only special Porsche downstairs here at P Car Market. We've also got a 2011 GT2 RS and some other amazing Porsches that we'll check out next time I'm here. So that was my visit to the P Car Market auction house in Oyster Bay, New York. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.